Hello, everyone, and welcome back to all my subscribers. And if you're not a subscriber, what's wrong with you? Today, I wanted to talk about how you build up listening skills in a second language. So, a lot of times, the most difficult part of learning a language is understanding what's being said to you rather than being able to say something. So, in order to make good gains in listening, you have to listen to the same thing multiple times. So, here's an exercise you can do. You find a radio broadcast or a podcast or something small, any 1 or 2 minutes, and then just listen to it. And the first time you listen, it won't sound like much. You'll understand a few words, a bit of information. Second time, these pieces start to come together a bit more. Third time, a little bit more, a little bit more. And by the fourth or fifth time, you're actually solidifying the information into your brain. You're understanding what's happening. And you can identify gaps in your vocabulary. Like, I don't recognize that particular word. And you can go and look it up. Now, if you can find audio material with transcripts, I would recommend doing transcription. So, listening is partly to be able to match sounds and words and partly vocabulary. So, if you're listening intently to this in order to transcribe each word, this will help you with your listening skills, and it will help you, again, identify gaps in your vocabulary. Now, one of the things that helped me the most when I was starting and get a leg up in the early days is what I call audio first reading. I listen to audiobooks from LibriVox, where you can get some free audiobooks. I'll put a link somewhere in the description. And on the first listen, I'd understand not a lot. But by the third or fourth pass, I got most of what was happening and the flow of the story and the book, etc. And then I would open the book and read it and listen. Now this helps a lot because then it's giving you the vocabulary that you missed out on, and it helps you try and remember to see if what you were actually thought you were hearing was what you were hearing, type of thing. Now, basically, gaps in your vocabulary automatically translate to gaps in your listening comprehension. So you need to build up your vocabulary. And the one thing to do is to listen for what you do know, what you don't know, rather than what you don't know. Because if you do this, unless you're trying to find new words, if you listen to what you do know rather than what you don't know, it will help you understand what you're hearing more, if that makes any sense to you. So basically what I'm saying is if you understand 7 out of 10 words in a sentence, if you concentrate on the 7, that will generally get you the meaning of the sentence, even if you don't understand every word. For example, you might understand that in this book they're talking about some form of transportation, which is some color which you don't know about, but this thing is going very fast. So you understood quite a bit of the sentence, but the thing you didn't understand was the color of this form of transport. So you don't know what that is. Is it a car, truck, airplane, motorcycle, submarine, whatever? But then you can go and try and look these words up and get more familiar with them. And you will have encountered them a couple of times. You'll have heard it, you'll have looked it up, you find it in the dictionary or whatever. So that's very useful. But I think listening skills are one of the very first things you should start to work on, because they are the hardest thing, in my opinion, the hardest thing to actually get right and to understand. So listening comprehension, I think, is probably the most difficult skill that you're going to need to acquire in order to speak and interact in a foreign language. Right. Well, that is it from me today. Please like, subscribe, hit the bell button and all that jazz, and I will see you later.